What's up? It's Tommy Touge, and we're now sort of basically at D-Day. This has to start coming out, so this bad boy can go in. Also got to put some wheelie boys on this, so I can drive this. This is my new EG, but we'll go over that later. More importantly, this. So we're ready to start taking it out. First things first, I need to get the hubs cracked off. Or the hub nuts, sorry. Get them cracked off, get the drive shafts out. And then we can start working on the radiator. We'll take that out. We'll get the loom out. What else are we going to take out, I guess? Then it just becomes mounts and all the little bits and pieces. Like the power steering rack has to be disconnected from the subframe, the rear mount. It becomes the side mounts, and it should pop out the top, hopefully. But yeah, I'll start working on that, and we'll make it all happen. I'm back. I managed to get both the drive shafts out. However, this carrier was stuck, and the boot was completely destroyed on both sides in the carriers. That's obviously goes into the intermediate shaft that goes straight into the gearbox. All the boots are shredded. We need to replace those. Yeah, it's all jacked up, ready to go. It's got my wheels on it. Got the hub nuts off. I really didn't have time to film this. Shouts to Charlie for sitting on the brakes so I can undo the hub nuts. Basically what we do is bash out the so there's a little smashed in part just here that sits into a little journal or little journey keyway. So you smash that back out. I smashed a little bit of it out with a nail punch or a center punch. Smash that out, get someone to sit on the brakes, crack it, and it'll come off. This one's a 32, so luckily we had a 32mm lying around. Yeah, so we got that out. Drive shafts. Oh, you probably can't see that. I took the bottom fork off of the springs. Here we go. I took the bottom fork off the springs, left the springs intact, and there's a wishbone on top. So undo the wishbone, drop that out, gives you access to wriggle it. Wriggle it, you wriggle the outside first, pull that out, and then pull the other one out. Obviously use a pry bar, makes life a hell of a lot easier. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow and we'll do more. But I'm just gonna skip to then. We're back. We're back on the DC. So these were the drive shafts I was talking about last night, and the boots are destroyed. Both carrier boots are absolutely dead. Those boots aren't much better. So it's D-Day. Time to start unbolting the loom, get the battery out, get the radiator out, disconnect all of that. Yeah, don't think there's that much coolant left in it, to be honest. So you can whiff it up with water to just get it here, so shouldn't be too bad, but still not that hyped and getting wet for it, but whatever. So yeah, basically we just disconnect. I'll take some photos, start disconnecting the top. Underneath we've got the exhaust manifold to do. Should be a torque mount on this side, I believe, possibly one here. What else we got to do? That's pretty much it from underneath, except the gear linkages. They need to come out from the inside first, because that'll probably come with it, which is kind of inconvenient, but it'll work because usually the pins are seized on the back of the motor and gearbox, so they're an absolute arse to get off. So I'll just pull it out. That'll be fine. Yeah, I can't really think of much else underneath, really. All the drive shafts and hubs are just connected from each other, so that's most of it. And yeah, I guess we'll just start taking these top pieces out. Move the OC lines out the way, power steering line can come off, and yeah. Frank's car overheated today and the fan's not coming on, so spent a couple hours trying to figure that out and make sure the Supra's still running, got fluids in it, chuck the battery on charge, that sort of stuff. So we didn't get as far as we hoped. So I'm about to take the airbox out, the radiator, because that stuff can be like sort of finished today, that stuff can be taken out, and the battery, so that's all disconnected so nothing happens. I do have the manifold off, which is super convenient. I'll take a little bit of a trek. So as you can see, the manifold is unbolted. I have a cat laying on the ground because I've undone the hangers, which is nice, and the shift linkage is out. So on Hondas, they're super ingenious in the fact that they make it so these two bolts here, a bushing goes here, and the shift linkage obviously rams through here. I'll probably just see it there. So there's the bushings here. So that can give you the old floppy shifter, and you can definitely stiffen that up with that. So that comes out, but on here there's two little indents, so you can get to these bolts without taking this out. But to get this down, you need to drop this down. So drop the manifold and the cat down. So you just push these hangers off here like that. I literally pushed them off by hand. Those ones were pretty easy, which was nice. So we have made some progress, other than, you know, trying to fix Frank's car and dealing with all that, which is whatever, it happens. So yeah, I guess I'll rip the battery out, take the airbox out, and drop the bottom hose, start draining the radiator. There's probably nothing in it anyway. Battery's out, the radiator's out. Taking both the hoses out with the radiator. Airbox is also out. Little bracket that mounts on here, took that out. You just seen that in part of the time lapse, I'm sure. Wow, what a big difference that makes. A lot more space for activities. I'm gonna take this coolant reservoir out because I think it's in my way. Then it's the torque mounts on the side. I'll take them out first, and the rear mount. When you take the radiator out, you do have the accelerator cable, or the throttle cable in this case, whatever. I'm going to take that out, I'm going to fold that over, out of the way, try and make sure that doesn't get damaged. Yeah, then I mean, obviously the AC lines, that front one can fold out, undo a couple of bolts, that'll fold out, and that's the AC lines out of the way. Then the other thing we've got is the power steering line has to come over, and the loom. So the loom, I double check this side on this one, but I know this side here unplugs, that's the firewall plugs, and that should be all the motor. You can actually see some of the silicon just there. And if I take you for a little journey down in here, you can see more of this silicon mess. What a lot of misery. But yeah, so even in the short time we've had on it, we've made a considerable jump. I might take the throttle cable out now, I guess, seeing as I might be able to do that one-handed, I suppose. So obviously it just unhooks all these. It was obviously hooked on the radiator and the front of the motor. So you undo these two nuts a little bit, and I'll probably just undo those two, to be honest, off of the intake. Oh, can he do it? Let's see, guys. Literally one-handed. Can we get it? Hell yeah. So I'll undo those two nuts. That'll come off. That's the accelerator cable out the way. I'm trying to put nuts back where they go, just because it will make my life easier when I put everything back together. No one can obviously touch it at that point and mess the nuts around. Stick that back in there, I guess. Oh, I don't know, that's undone. So I guess this light fitting is coming out. However, that unplugs. But it's just a process. You just work through the little pieces, guys, and it'll all come apart. If there is anything you actually want to see, comment down below, or yeah, anything you want to know about, because I kind of just send it. Kind of just do what needs to be done. Yeah, if there's anything you want to see or ask about, feel free. I will try and film things a little bit nicer and actually film things, because there is things I have skipped, which I do apologise for, but it is what it is. This light's gross. If you have any DC2 lights laying around, let me know. I want a new set. But yeah, so I'll probably call it there and just undo those nuts, move the AC lines out the way. But yeah, what am I going to give away today? I haven't given away anything away yet. I'm going to change Frankie's thermostat, so best comment, let me know. I'll send you a broken thermostat or something cool. Yeah, stay tuned for more, I guess.